Looks like it's on. Hey guys, I'm Jake, and it is currently December the 27th, Tuesday, and I'm here in my basement recording on my cell phone, so not the best quality in the world. I obviously don't have a microphone or anything. This is about as low budget as it gets, so I hope you excuse that, but I have a lot on my mind today, and I was thinking of just writing it down or posting it online, I don't know, but I decided why not film it and just put it in a video. So that's what I'm doing, and I think part of the reason I'm doing this is mostly for myself, but I hope that some of you may find it interesting, or that it may be what you needed to hear, or I don't know, you're just bored and you need a YouTube video to watch for a bit. So here you go, here I am. And it's been a sad day. Today I found out that Carrie Fisher, one of my favorite actresses, authors, and just favorite human beings, passed away. And what can you say? It's just so heartbreaking. And she played, of course, one of my favorite characters in all of fiction, being Princess Leia from Star Wars. And one thing you should know about me is that I've just loved Star Wars since I was a kid. It's been my favorite movie, my favorite series. It's been like my whole life. It's just Star Wars has always been there. I think my earliest memory of seeing a movie is seeing the special edition of A New Hope. I think it was in 1997. Is that it? Yeah, somewhere around there. But I distinctly remember seeing that movie when I was like 2 years old or whatever, and it just left such a huge impact, and I love it. I'm a big fan. And so a few days ago, of course, the news went out that, poor Miss Fisher was sick, and like everyone, it's devastating. When I looked at the fan community, it was just we were heartbroken. how can 2016 get any worse? Carrie Fisher, the actress who plays Princess Leia, gets sick. I mean, it's horrible. It was just awful. I can't even put it into words. And, I felt like we got some news that she was doing okay, but today she did pass away a few days after Christmas, out of all times. And it's funny, I was actually in line at a restaurant today, and this is before I went to work and all that, and I pulled out my phone, what I'm recording on right now. How about that? Oh man, I'm such a dork. And I saw a notification come up for, I think it was like, I don't know, Times YouTube channel or something, and it just said, remembering Carrie Fisher. And just right there, I knew. It didn't say, like, rest in peace or anything. It was just remembering Carrie Fisher. And I'm like, oh shoot, she passed away. And it was actually kind of funny, because I was the next person in line, and then I had to order my food. And I had to do it while being really sad. So, like, I forgot what I was going to order, and yeah, really sad. And it was weird, She was such an awesome person. I never met her. I followed her on Instagram and on Twitter, as well as her dog. I followed her dog on Instagram, Gary. He is so cute. And it was so devastating to know that the actress who just played my favorite character in my favorite movies of all time, movies that I've seen more times than I could count. I saw The Force Awakens 5 times in the theater, multiple times on home video since then, and her writing was fantastic. Her life was just extraordinary. She was just such a funny woman, and outspoken about her struggles with mental illness and, that sort of thing. And it's just heartbreaking. It's so sad to know that she's gone. It's so weird to know that Carrie Fisher, this wonderful person who played one of my favorite characters, Princess Leia, is gone, and was in so many other great movies, and more importantly, was a mother and a daughter. You know, we look at it from the perspective of the art that she gave us, but she was someone's family. You know, that really puts it into perspective. And, you know, it was so sad. And earlier today, I went ahead and saw Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story, again for the second time. And I went with with some wonderful friends of mine, and we were already planning on going. And I gotta tell you, it was just, I didn't really want to go for a while. I'm like, if you've seen Rogue One, sorry to spoil Rogue One for you, but Princess Leia is at the end. You know, CGI. It's a big controversy. I'm sure you know all about it. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Not the kind of video. And I just didn't feel up for it. Because the ending of Rogue One, I thought it was so powerful. When I saw the movie on opening night, I drove over an hour or so to get to the theater where it was playing. That's just the only place I can get tickets. I got work off and everything. I was pumped out of my mind. I had a massive migraine because I was up so late because I was so excited to see the movie. I'm a geek like that. And at the very end, when you see Princess Leia, I literally just gasped, and I had like a huge physical reaction. I wish to apologize to anyone in the theater who I distracted by that moment, but it made me so happy, and it was so shocking. And when she said hope at the end, you know, when she got the Death Star plans, and that was the main message of the film, I thought that was so powerful, and I just wasn't in a mood to go see it again. For me, that was just, I knew that would make me just beyond sad, you know, knowing that she passed away today. But, long story short, I went and saw the movie like we originally planned, and boy, it really made me think. And the ending did make me sad. It was really bittersweet. It was just weird timing. The fact that the Rogue One only came out a few weeks ago, and a few weeks later, Carrie Fisher passes away. It kind of puts a little sad tinge of subtext to the ending, if that even makes sense. Just weird timing, but, you know, I was talking with my friends after and just seeing the general reaction of the audience, and it was just, I feel like we all had a moment of gratitude, you know, and, you know, appreciation for that character and for her life in general. You know, that's what movies are about, and that's what art in general is about. I never met Carrie Fisher. I never met her at all. And even if she was still here today, I don't think I ever would. Why would I meet her, you know? And it's interesting because when a celebrity or somebody like that passes away, there's a tendency to maybe like people get so overdramatic about it, and people act like I've seen people when one of their favorite singers dies, acts like they lost like a family member, you know, like when David Bowie passed away earlier this year, or Prince passed away earlier this year. Man, such a terrible losses this whole year, obviously. Including Kenny Baker, R2-D2 in the original trilogy, how sad that was. It's interesting because, you know, we never met these people. Maybe we saw them perform live in a concert. Maybe we saw a movie that they were in or read a book that they wrote. But yet we're still sad when they pass away. And I think it's easy for some people to belittle that or say that it's silly. And how can you like be sad about someone you never met? And to some extent, you know, maybe they're right, you know, and I think there's definitely some cases where maybe that's true, but, you know, what I was saying earlier, I interrupted myself, this is completely unscripted, in case that wasn't already obvious. You know, the purpose of art is to kind of like bring people together, to bring strangers together. When I go see a movie, I'm in there with a full house like I was today, and like I was opening night of Rogue One, I'm with total strangers, and yet we're having a collective experience together, just loving this great franchise and this great film that these filmmakers made. And, even though I never met Miss Carrie Fisher, she's helped me by acting in these movies that are so important to me, to bring me together closer to people, to complete strangers and people that are best friends of mine that I've never even met. It's because of Star Wars that I've made so many of my best friends, because that's something we have in common. We love those movies and the franchise and all of that. It's brought me closer with my family. Like I said, Force Awakens 5 times in the theater. First time was with my family, and it was great, being with them. So, it does make a difference. And I guess my point in talking about this, and again, this is just me rambling, this is totally... I'm already going way longer than I wanted, so there's probably no point in even me filming this, but I think for me, what really stuck out to me watching the end of Rogue One and listening to that powerful final line, hope, quote unquote, and feeling the response from the audience from that, the applause at the end, the talking to people who this is their first time seeing the movie and just how awesome and how much they loved it. Even though probably will never meet any of the cast or the crew, Gareth Edwards, any of the great filmmakers who made this movie, they brought me closer together to people. And even though I never met them, or I never met Carrie Fisher, I knew her to a certain extent through her art, and through her writings, and her public speaking, and through her films. So, I just want to say thank you, Carrie Fisher, for helping me bring me closer to my friends, to my family, and to total strangers. Just if only for a few moments. And thank you so much for what you gave all of us. It's a sad day. We're all going to miss you. And I could only offer my deepest love and offer my prayers and our shared sorrow to your friends and family. But thank you for your life. Even though you're gone today, your film, your art will be with us forever, and it will continue to bring people together, to bring friends together, families together, even strangers together. Even though you're gone, that's still going to happen. And you played one of the most iconic, important characters in any movie series ever. And for that, thank you. We're going to miss you, but even if you're not here physically on the earth anymore, your character, your art is going to live on forever. They continue to bring us together and bring us joy. So, thank you, Carrie Fisher. And thank you for everything. We're going to miss you, but we're always going to love you. And we'll always appreciate your life today more than ever. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I know this is literally just me rambling. I hope some of you agree with it. I hope it helped you out. I know we're all just in a collective sadness right now, mourning at the loss of this great person and this great actress who played this great character that we loved. But I hope it touched you. I hope it helps you to feel better. And if you excuse me, I checked these out at the library today. Got this great book. I started to read this, but never finished it. And I'm going to start reading these books right now. Thank you for watching. May the Force be with you. Thank you, Carrie Fisher. Rest in peace. We love you.